Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Augusta Civic Center. As you are here for the multimedia production, University of Maine College Basketball. We have the UMA Panthers, Women Panthers, are taking on Central Maine Community College Mustangs. We are here at the Augusta Civic Center. We are just about underway getting ready for the introductions. The records, UMA has played 3 games so far. They are 2-1. Central Maine off to a really fast start, 5-2. And this is the first conference game for the Panthers in the Yankee Small College Conference.
Looks to me, Andy, like we've got a little situation already here down at the podium, so we're just kind of waiting on that. Yeah, I think we're getting the microphone set for the introductions at this point here.
First home game of the season here at the Civic Center. Few little glitches here. Jimmy Pubber is leading the Moose with 14.7 games through the first couple of games here. Caitlin LaFontaine is also off to a good start with 13.3. Darby Toth is also in there at 11 points in the first 3 games. And I think we are going to stand for the national anthems. We'll be back at the Augusta Civic Center in a minute.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year. Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year. Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
And we are back after the national anthem. And it doesn't look as though we are going to get the starting lineup, so I will get you those on the fly as the ladies get out on the floor and get going here. It says 10 minutes on the clock, but it will say 20 as soon as they get that squared away. I don't know if that's been noticed yet. It's 2 20-minute halves here. So for the Lady Pumas, Morgan Card will be out on the floor, along with Caitlin LaFontaine. Julie Plummer will be taking the tip. Darby Toth, number 14. And there is one more Lady Panther who I can't see at the moment, and that is Carmen Bragg, number 12.
The Lady Moose. Andy.
Lady Moose.
Yeah, that's all right. First game.
First game, jitters. Bragg will take it down underneath. Working it around the perimeter. The 3 by Toth is up and in. So a good start for the Moose. We'll work in the 5 starters for the Central Maine Mustangs. Alex Rowe cuts across the middle. And looks like she switched, and we're going to have a jump ball. And that is going to go the Moose way. Oh, they hadn't swept it after the initial tip-off. Nicole Hamblin will inbound the ball. Pass going to be corralled by Shilm. And a long three-pointer taken off the back iron, no good, by Frankie Lally. And the Moose will push it up the floor. Toft across the halfway line, gets it over to Bragg. Working it around the perimeter. Trying to get it down inside. Plummer has it now. She'll go baseline and try to go up and under. Not there. Good pass. Kicked it over to LaFontaine. The shot by Plummer is up and in. So good little inside out right there by the Moose. DeRaps has it now. Working it around. Alex Rowe, the captain. Shilm will get behind the three-point line. Pop it up. No good. Good power board there by Card. And Moose will get it across and set up half-court offense.
Yeah, nice job here by the Lady Moose early on in their matchup. Man-to-man defense so far, forcing two outside shots.
Bragg looking for a little help. Back up the top of the perimeter. Little up bake by LaFontaine. She'll go down underneath. She'll put up off the glass, up and in. Good quick start, 7-0 here, 8:10 to go.
Yeah, and she's going to be a great addition here to the Lady Moose this season.
3 very good possessions, Nate, as they work it down. They get the look that they want, and they've been able to capitalize. Nice move underneath by Jenny Sturm. A little floater in the lane for their first basket of the contest. Bragg swings it over. We're going to have a 3 taken. Off back iron, no good. Sturm with the rebound. Rowe has it now. Goes in the middle. Little turnaround shot off the glass, no good. Another rebound by the Moose. One and done. That's the 4th time in a row.
Yeah, great defense there by Card in the middle of the paint. She's a little bit undersized against her counterpart, Rowe. Rowe getting a pretty good shot off there. But like I said before, very nicely defensed by Card.
UMA very patient in their offensive set, and that one's going to be no good. Plummer fighting for the rebound. I think we're going to have a foul on number 2, CV DeRaps. Oh, they're going to call Plummer with over the back. So that'll be her first foul, team first personal. 7:10 to go.
Yeah, I thought DeRaps did a nice job there of gaining the ground first and obtaining and holding. Jamie she usually gets away with it because she's so tall and lanky. She can kind of reach up and around, sometimes up and over, up and around, to get to the ball, deflect it to her advantage, but not that time.
And sometimes you got to get that foul called early so you know how to play the rest of the game. We're going to have a loose ball foul called on the Mustangs.
Still kind of odd how here in the Civic Center we have a 6:56 showing on the time.
I know. I was just going to bring that up. I don't know how they haven't noticed that yet.
I think it seems like they must be having some issues there. I don't know.
Nice pass. Ooh. That good no call. The defender had the position. That was a good look by Plummer. And Welch was holding her own ground there. And a good no call. And that one is in and out. That was 3/4 of the way down. Plummer with another rebound. Little transition basketball possibly here by the Moose.
Yeah, Central Maine just having some difficulty right now from 3. They've gotten open looks, and here's one.
Plummer's fighting for it, and that one is last touched by Plummer. And it looks as though we finally have a ref who's noticed the scoreboard at 6:24. They're going to have to put that up to 16:24.
Oh, guess we're only fixing the foul. Sorry.
Okay. Well, he looked right at the scoreboard. Okay, maybe they'll catch it eventually when the horn goes off in 6 minutes and 9 seconds.
I mean, unless there's a rule change we don't know about, but I don't think so.
They would have consulted with us. I would have hoped we would have got the memo or something.
Shot there.
That one's going to be put up and in by Blondie. The 5'5" freshman from Connecticut. 7-4, 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Bragg has it. Nice skip pass underneath the Plummer, and she is going to get fouled, so she will go to the line for 2, as that was a good look by Darby Toth to get that one squeezed down on the baseline there. Oh, but they're going to call it on the floor. Lindsay Clark will check in. And Morgan Card, who's played well under the hoop so far, will get a quick rest. Toss to inbound. Gets it over to Bragg. Really hitting that perimeter hard. It's exactly what you want to do against the zone, is spread it out, kick it around, and Clark coming right off the bench, getting a hard two, take to the hoop. They put the score up on the wrong side, so they're having a little bit of trouble over there, and they're fixing it now. Good defense by Plummer. Ball squirted through. Bragg has now long pass up front, and just not enough court left on that. It was a great catch by LaFontaine. That was like a football pass. Loose ball, corralled by the Moose. Thought about it, and we're going to have a travel. Bragg had Tommy Brady on the mind. She was going to go. She was going for the touchdown. It was a good look. We're going to have a couple substitutions for the Mustangs. Abby Tilton will check in. It's a nice power move down underneath, no good, but that is exactly what Alex Rowe, you can tell she practices that move a lot. She just missed the backboard on that one.
Yeah, I can see her finding it. It's a little bit different whenever you come into the Civic Center when they don't have all the seats out. It makes it really, really difficult depth perception-wise. On the offensive side, we've seen a lot of people come in and shoot very poorly at the beginning of the season until they get familiar with it on both sides. But UMA really adjusting well and early here, being able to put up good shots and make some long-range ones as well.
Yeah, they get off a very quick start, and also, too, they practice here, they play here. And, in the Yankees Small College Conference, some of the gyms are more like high school gyms where behind the hoop, there's either a stage or some bleachers or what have you. That one's going to be pushed up, and the ball is going to be last touched or passed out as Bragg was trying to wrestle along the sideline with Lally. 4:21 to go here. Looks as though UMA's set back into a zone here, and they get a tip. It's going to be outside shot is no good by Hamblin. Rebound taken by Schloem. She'll put it up. She'll put it in. And it looks like we are going to have a 30-second timeout, so we will be back here from the Augusta Civic Center after this timeout.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
I lied, it was a full second timeout, a full timeout, 60-second timeout. 4:01 left to go here in the first half. Both teams getting up and down the floor. Both teams getting some good looks early on. UMA, they have put it in the bucket, and it looks as though UMA's got into a pretty good scoring rhythm. Both teams have set back into the zone, but it's been a pretty good up and down pace so far, Nate.
Yeah, I think so, Andy, and I think it was a good timeout by Coach Laney there, having switched over the defensive side, going into a 2-3 zone, giving up an open shot. I think she just wanted to kind of collect the team and say, hey, we gotta form that up better. And I think it was a good timeout as they started to break down a little bit there.
Toth will bring the ball up and set up the offense. 9-6 is the score. Mustangs still in that 2-1-2. Bragg's going to take it down in the paint. She's going to be blocked. Ball loose. She gets her own block shot. We're going to have a three taken and made by Toth. A nice play by Bragg. She got a shot blocked, but she scattered to it, got it, passed it out to her teammate. Toth drills a three, 12-6.
Yeah, what a great addition there, too, to have that open or that ability to hit the long shot. Now it seems as though they've got at least 3 or 4 on the court at all times that can shoot the long ball. So that's a fantastic upgrade there for UMA moving into this new season.
Especially if the Mustangs are going to sit back in that zone. You wonder when they, we're going to try to switch up some man-to-man here, especially if they keep drilling the threes. Work it down into Plummer. She's got that patented up and under. Boom. She's done that probably 3,000 times. 14-6. UMA with the lead. Long pass up and not corralled. Plummer has it now. She'll bring the ball up. She'll get it back to Toth. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter of the game.
Nice entry pass.
Great touch on that one by Clark to get it down underneath. Stop, pop, front rim, no good. Again, a one and done. I'm not sure how many offensive rebounds the Mustangs have, but it's not many.
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult for them. You're right, Andy. They've kind of come down and taken the first shot right away. They haven't really worked the ball around on the outside to try and get some defensive movement and people out of place for UMA. And they have. They've been going one and out, and it's been switching the sides. For UMA, they're doing a fantastic job of forcing those early shots in the shot clock, too. I mean, that's the other thing that we have to keep track of, that those shots are coming within, the first 12 seconds, if not sooner, in their shot clock. So pretty fast pace, which would probably benefit Central Maine, depending on looking at the depth between the two teams. UMA having a roster of 7 and Central Maine having a full double set, if you will, to be able to sub in and out.
Long one as the shot clock was winding down. Will hit off Toth. Just missed that one. 14-6. 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Carr to check back in, back at that whistle. Cut the middle, kick back outside, and that was a good look. One of the few offensive possessions that the Mustangs have had where they've actually got 3 or 4 passes before they had a shot, and they had a wide open 3. Blondie was setting up to let it fly, but just looked a little too soon, and it squirted out of bounds.
Yeah, much better job there with the movement and working the triangle.
Little floater by Toth, no good. Good rebound underneath, off the glass, up and in. Good power board by LaFontaine, 5'9". In height, playing down under the hoop. Pushed up quickly. Till put the brakes on, got it down, got it stolen by Toth. She'll get it across the timeline. Minute 20 to go. Again, UMA taking their time, running their offense, breaking down that zone. That's exactly what you want to do. You want that zone to stay in the zone as long as possible and pass it around. Get them moving their feet and then find the open spot. That one's going to be a long 3, and that one is up and in. Good look by Clark to just kind of dish it off to Bragg because she was open, and she threw up the 3, and it went in. Great shot.
Yeah, and it really comes down to UMA in the women on this team have faced zone after zone after zone, and we saw a lot of it last year. They're really comfortable playing against it, and usually due to Plummer being underneath, teams elect to go ahead and try and play a zone because she's so good and so versatile down there that they think it's an advantage for them. But there's such good shooting from UMA early here as we're coming down to the end of what would be the first quarter.
Well, and also, too, Plummer's been playing that way ever since she was a freshman in high school. With her inside-outside game is so good that get it in, they collapse on her, kick it out, and then they take the 3 ball, and it's a good shot because you have 2 rebounders down underneath the hoop. 19-8, 35 seconds to go. We're going to have a hip check as Toth took Welch off the dribble and will draw the foul. Clark will inbound. 32 seconds to go, 30 on the shot clock. Probably looking for one shot here unless you get a wide open layup.
Fouls on Macy Welch, 21, her first.
Dumped it down underneath. Kind of in no man's land, but taken hard to the hoop. There you go. Morgan Carr going up strong, and she draws the foul, so she will be at the line shooting 2 free throws.
Yeah, Morgan just trying to make things happen there. She didn't really have a really good angle at the basket, but power dribble, went to the basket, got fouled, and gets the foul shots.
21.9 to go. Shot clock will be turned off for the last possession of the first quarter. And 1 of 2. Morgan Carr nails the second one. 12-point lead right now. Scoring drought for CMCC. They haven't scored in 4 minutes. And that's could have been a travel. She lost her footing. As Welch was trying to back down in, and she just took 1 too many steps.
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations you're expecting contact, you don't get it, and then all of a sudden your
Whoa,
footing
no
is
man's
off.
land. Yeah. 5 seconds left. Clark has it. She'll put it up off the glass. No good. Ball battled around. And that will be the end of the first quarter. So technically there has been a rule change. So we'll play 4 10-minute quarters. So we will be back for the second quarter after this.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
And we had a rule change that we just got confirmed. I'm not sure if it's just going to be the Yankee Small College Conference, but they are going to take 4 10-minute quarters. And what it just kind of dawned on me, which kind of makes sense, is within the Small College Conference, you tend to have lower numbers on your rosters. So if you can get an extra timeout 4 times, or I should say 3 times, in the course of a game, it can really help out quite a bit. Maybe that's the way that they went for it. So 20-8 lead. Great quarter by the Moose, and look for the Mustangs to continue playing the way that they have. They've just missed a couple of layups, and they really don't need to change much on offense except for to slow down a little bit, kind of get the ball going around the perimeter, because they seem to have a good inside game when they get those looks. Just got to finish on those looks.
Yeah, Toth is a huge addition here moving into this season, to have another ball handler, take a little bit of pressure off Bragg and kind of get her loose to be able to move around a little bit more. They're really complementary of one another early here for UMA.
Very similar playing styles, too. That they're not afraid to take the ball down into the paint either. And it's going to be corralled. Carter, who just checked in the game. Plummer will take a 3 from the bottom corner. No good. Ball battled around. Nice shot by Toth. Senior guard, she's had her time out on the floor here. Very seasoned vet, and we're going to have a block. That's a great call, as the feet of Blondie was still moving. And Toth saw it, and she took it right to him.
Blocking foul, Frankie Lowry, her first.
And they seem to have reset the fouls, so I'm not sure how many. It was 4 and 3s. Maybe I can get some clarification on that, because you wouldn't reset the fouls at the end of the quarter, because you would still need the 1 and 1. Anyway, so it's going to be skipped over, and nice open look taken, no good. Good rebound by Blondie. She'll push it up. Rowe has it. Back to Shalom. Rowe with the move she's made a couple times, and again, no good. Good rebound by Palmer. She has it. She is just missing it. That's the 3rd or 4th time that she's had a great look at the hoop. Long pass from Toth.
Nice take.
LaFontaine couldn't find the cylinder as that one bounced out. Working the Shalom has it now. Rowe at the elbow. Thought about the shot. Hamlin will take the long 3, and that ends the scoring drought. She nails that one from far outside. Excuse me, that was a Blondie. Nope, I was right. That was Hamlin.
Yeah, and they needed that big time, Andy, and somebody's got to match up here on Tola. She's not afraid to go down and shoot it and make it.
Neither is Darby Toth. She's had a great first half so far.
That's one of those tricky things that CMCC playing a zone all in that first quarter, and then coming out now in the second quarter playing man, initially having a mental error mistake and not guarding Toth, who's probably one of the better scorers on the court right now.
Couldn't find that one either. So Rowe has her patented move. Those will start falling, and that's what shooters do, and that's what players do. I mean, scorers do, is they continue to take their shots. Eventually they will fall. That lid will come off for Rowe, guarantee it. That was going to be put down underneath for Plummer. And a good no call, but we're going to have a late offensive foul called on Plummer. That's her second. So she's going to have to play with 2 fouls.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about this. It looked kind of like a hesitation there. We're going to take a replay right there. Looking back at the replay, it looked like it was, in fact, a foul.
Ref's a little bit closer than we are. And I forgot my shirt, too, so. Nice up and under move. Shalom couldn't just get it to fall. And the nice pace by the Moose. Long three, taken, no good. Rowe with the board, gets it to Hamblin, across the timeline. Little helter-skelter so far here in the start of the second. A long three, no good. Ball battled around. And I really like the pace of the Moose right now, where they're ahead, and they're playing their style of game right now, and you don't want to let CMCC get back in this game before halftime. Up off the glass, no good. Good offensive board. Might have gotten bumped in the back, no call.
That's a couple times now, Andy, that the Moose have had somebody underneath really kind of having some serious contact, and no call. Quite different offensive sets right now, and maybe even philosophies. Coach Laney's UMA Moose doing a nice job of getting down there, running a play against the defense that they're seeing. On the flip side, CMCC having some difficulty even now. We see even inbounding the ball. Turnover.
Carmen Bragg has it. She will go hard to the glass, up the glass, up and in. So she will try to convert the four-point play, the three-point play, excuse me. Good exit pass, good outlet pass to get the ball up to Bragg, and she muscled down the floor, up off the glass, and in. One of the key things for CMCC is they're missing one of their top players in Taylor Estes.
Yeah, we're going to see here the inbound. And Bragg doing a nice job of focusing there at the end, getting the contact and making the shot.
Trying to work it down in. Stilm has it. Kicks it back out. Long three, no good. LaFontaine has it. Gets it over to Bragg. Mosey on up. Get it over to Toth. LaFontaine dumps it down into Plummer. Gets double teamed. Back out to LaFontaine. Plummer has the ball again. Long three by LaFontaine. That is no good. Hamblin will bring down the rebound. Good pass by Maxfield. And that one, front rim, no good. Ball still loose. Maxfield corrals it. Gets it over in the corner. Little give and go. Nice job by Maxfield. Excellent move. Passed it over to Blondie, who was down in the corner. And Maxfield went right to the hoop. Good look by Blondie. Off the glass, up and in. 25-13.
It's amazing, Andy, how you just know how when plays start to develop that it's almost automatic that ball is going to end up in the hoop. Fantastic job there by CMCC to collect themselves after what was going on. Offensive rebound, second chance opportunities, and they were able to get that play. And what a response there by Plummer.
5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Long three taken by Maxfield. Front rim, no good. Another rebound by LaFontaine. She must have 5 rebounds so far here.
Yeah, look to UMA to slow it down here a little bit.
Yeah, no hurry.
Yeah, you had mentioned earlier they have the lead. They can take their time on their offensive set, get the clock to run down a little bit.
And they're playing their style of ball.
Nice pass.
Left underneath LaFontaine, up off the glass, up and in. Good eyes by Bragg to get that cross-court pass. And we are going to have a 30-second timeout taken by Central Maine. So we will be back for the remaining 4:34 next.
30-second timeout.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
Well, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and take a look here at Bragg with a great dish down underneath to LaFontaine to get her a good opportunity there to school. She puts it right in. Nice job there by UMA Moose.
Mustang slowing it down, working it around the perimeter. Reset by Hamblin. Over to Shalom. Just over 4 minutes left to play. One of the longer possessions we've seen so far. And we are going to have a chance for a 3-point play as that worked out to the Mustangs' advantage. Macfield had it, went left side, got it off the glass, up and in, so she is looking to convert a three-point play here with 4:11 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, a lot different offensive possession that we saw in comparison to what they've been doing. That time, much more deliberate and slow playing it, and getting a good shot. And the clock operator kind of taking a nap.
Whoops. You thought it was halftime.
Yeah, I got us at 4:04, so we'll see what they put it at.
Just yell across the...
Yeah, I can tell them we have an official time right now because I was on top of it.
Yeah, we're official.
That's the first game, you know. Even for the scoreboard operator, first game here at the Civic Center. So
it's not like that NFL game where they ran, what was it, like 19 seconds off the clock and came down to the last play. Didn't even notice. So I guess we're going to stay at 4:10 apparently.
It's funny, they reset the play clock, but they did not. There we go. Now we jump down.
Good defense by Maxfield, standing her ground and drawing the travel. We're going to have a substitution for the Moose. Clark will check in, and Codd will go ahead and get a little bit of a rest. Four minutes to go, 29-16. You see it on your scoreboard, the bottom right of your screen. Good open look, taken and made, a little bit more deliberate. That's two possessions in a row that have gone the Mustangs' way, and that is probably exactly the way that head coach Anna Morong has drawn it up there during that last timeout.
Yeah, I think it was a great job of using the timeout to slow everybody down. Nice look there by Jamie. She's so good at knowing when she's getting doubled to look to the opposite side right away. I mean, having the career that she's had, she knows to do that, but it's just something that over time you can tell your kid that over and over and over again, but if they don't do it, then it's useless. But she's just so good and so smart when it comes down to playing underneath.
And we've watched Jamie play so much that we know what she's going to do before she gets the ball. Like, she knows as soon as she gets doubled that she's going to get that baseline pass, and 9 times out of 10 they're open. And that's off the glass and a lazy foul right there by Bragg. So 3 possessions, 3 baskets, and a chance for a three-point play to cut it to 8, which would be the smallest lead since early on in this contest, 29-20 right now.
Yeah, 3 really nice possessions here for Central Maine after coming out of that timeout, taking the clock, their play clock, all the way down and being able to get easy shots for one. I mean, they haven't made a difficult shot in some time now. You know, they for a long time, even in that first quarter, they were just choosing to shoot those long three-pointers and not try and work the ball underneath. This is completely different here, where they've worked the ball, and especially the clock, they worked around the perimeter and been able to find underneath. But
nice 3-bomb by Toth. And it's easier said than done when you say, you know, come on, slow it down. You really have to work on offense to get open, especially when you're playing against a zone. Yeah, you can just pass the ball along the perimeter, but if you want to get good shots, you've got to set good screens on those people in the zone. And once again, there you go. So CMCC really taking it to the offense, and we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Laney. So we will be back, 2:24 to go here in the first half from the Augusta Civic Center.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
So definitely a good timeout for the Moose as the Mustangs came down for 3 straight possessions, got 3 really good looks. Not easy shots, but they got good looks.
Yeah, and Andy, you had mentioned in the first the first quarter that they were getting those shots underneath and they just weren't following. And now they're getting even easier shots and taking the ball right down for layups. So, of course, those are going to fall. They've done a really nice job so far here late in the second quarter.
And playing better defense. Right there was a really solid defensive stand and a force an air ball, as that is not a shot that Clark wanted to have to put up, but the shot clock was running down. It was a contested three-pointer. So the Mustangs doing a good job as these last couple of possessions. And there's another one as those shots are definitely starting to fall. I mean, Central Maine is not 5-2 so far because they can't score points. Lead is cut to 6. A little floater by Clark. Front rim, no good. Board ripped down by Maxfield. Pushed it up. Blondie has it now. Should take it to the hole. A little bit of contact. No call. Little herky-jerky on the Moose side these last couple of possessions. Haven't really worked it down around the perimeter and then dump it down in. And you got to put the ball down before you take that step, so that'll be another offensive possession that stalls out for the Moose, and we're going to have Morgan Cardwell check back in, and Lindsey Clark will get a little breather. Look for a couple of methodical possessions here for the Mustangs to really try to get a good open look. Schmidt, who just had the big three last possession. Maxfield uncontested, takes it, no good. Ball's going to be ripped around, and we're going to have a travel as the ball was taken down to the floor. Good rebound. Just couldn't find her feet. That's Alia Blondie. Just under a minute to go.
Kind of hard to find your feet when your teammate hits you, too.
That is true.
So she did all she could to keep her feet planted.
Toss all lane and took it. But also, too, I don't understand how the fouls reset during each quarter.
They have made the adjustment right now.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they had 4 in the first quarter. So they would be shooting 1-1 right now.
Seems
so we've got some halftime work to do. We've got to look that up to see exactly what's going on with that.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You're right.
Yeah.
She should have been at the line then.
Right. We'll find out for you at halftime. Nice, solid power move right there. Just could not find home with Samantha Maxfield. So there's a second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Just under 20 seconds to go. Lead is 6 points, 32-26. Plummer with a long three, nails it. Draw it up and take it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and if you're Central Maine, you got to know where she is on the court. You can't sag off at Jamie.
No, uncontested three. She'll hit it all day long.
Yeah, even if the ball is on the opposite side, you really got to just face guard her.
So the first half is complete, 35-26. We will be back for a second half action here from the Augusta Civic Center between the University of Maine and Augusta Moose and the Central Maine Community College Mustangs.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year. Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
I'm here with Keith and Caleb. Why don't you guys just break down the beginning of the season for us?
The beginning of the season has gone pretty well so far. We've got a lot of young kids, and we're just working to mesh together and get everybody used to the physicality of the game and really start coming together.
So who have you guys played so far this year?
So far this year we've played Unity in a preseason game, UMF, Williamson College, and Mass Bay.
Now, have you had any new kids that joined the team that have made an impact?
Just about everybody. I mean, Dallas is coming in big at the point guard position. We got Noah. Everybody's contributing. Everybody's going to be an important factor this year, I think. So
you guys got Great Bay Community College coming up here at home?
Yeah, that's going to be a big conference game. They're new to the league, so hopefully we can show them how it's done and get a win there.
Excellent. So what would you say your guys' strengths so far this year? Would it be offense, defense, rebounding, outside shooting?
Honestly, we have a plethora of guards. We have we got a lot of guys. So it's just like I said in the beginning, it's just getting everybody used to the college game. Coming from high school, it's a lot different for everybody. Quicker, more physical. We got a lot of guys that can just make plays on their own. When we need a shot, we need something to happen. We don't have any shortage of guys that can make plays.
Yeah, and also too, I was just looking at the roster. You guys have a good amount of players coming off the bench. How have you guys gelled so far this year? Yeah, obviously it's still early, but you can probably see it coming.
In Farmington, we did really well.
Yep.
We moved the ball well. I think the more we get to play together, the better we're going to do that.
Yep.
Sometimes when we struggle, we try to go one-on-one a little bit too much, but I think that just comes from not playing together long enough yet.
Yep,
so.
Yep. Well, you guys have a lot of games left, 0-2, and this is your first conference game tonight, right? So this is big.
Yeah, this is a huge game. CM's always a big game for us. We kind of circle that one. They're a big rival. We'd love to get a win here tonight. The girls are playing pretty well so far, so hopefully we can kind of feed off that and play well tonight.
All right, we'll be back for the second half. Thank you for joining us, guys, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
job.
We're back.
Pretty entertaining first half. You can see the score in the bottom right of our picture here at the Augusta Civic Center. Late arriving crowd, pretty good crowd here for the first game here at the Civic Center. Staff up here doing a great job getting the facility ready.
Jamie Plummer with 9 and Darby Toth with 11.
Toth leading all scores with 11 points. Close to a 5-second count. Little baseline up and under and in. Shilm with a nice move down underneath the hoop. The lead cut to 7.
Yeah, I'd like to see UMA be a little bit more aggressive on the defensive side. We saw there, Andy, them kind of being a little bit more lax again. In the last couple possessions for CMCC have kind of, in the first half, were very similar to that one.
Oh.
And UMA have a turnover here.
Looking to reset. Going to have a long three that's in and out. Good rebound down underneath by Card. Or Card, as non-Mainers would say. And exactly what we were talking about at halftime is trying to get that ball down into Plummer. As she uses that baseline so well, it's really hard to block that shot or even take the baseline away.
Yeah, I think either Toth or Bragg are going to have some luck here in the beginning of the second half by doing a little bit of dribble penetrate, get the ball down to Jamie, and get her in more of a one-on-one situation. We've seen in the first half that they entered the ball down to the lower box to her, and she's automatically double teamed. So I think a dribble penetrate down be a little bit easier to get her the ball in a one-on-one situation.
Dribble pop, and that is in. That was the shot clock, so the hoop is good. We're going to have another stoppage of play. And they're going to pass it in as I think the inadvertent horn kind of confused everybody.
We had a youngster down here to our left.
Ooh.
Kick out the power source to the shot clock, so we just had to reset that real quick. We're all good now.
One of the things UMA doesn't want to get into is they don't want to get complacent on offense. In the first couple of possessions, they did a really good job of continuing their game plan, is moving the ball around the perimeter, taking a really high percentage shot. Good defense by Plummer there, nowhere to go. You got those hands right in your face, it's really hard to see the rim. Shilm had good position, just nowhere to go.
Yeah, and that's playing to the strength of UMA's defense. Go ahead and let that entry pass come into whoever Jamie's guarding. You know, she doesn't need to front anybody because she's so tall and lanky, and she's such a good defender that once they turn around with the ball, they're like, oh, man, now I got
Splash.
this. I got to deal with this in my face. So
good ball movement all the way around for the Moose there, and Bragg hits the nail on the head with a three right there. Shilm has it, gets it outside. Lally thought about it, takes it to the rack, and she will get fouled. And we did do a little research. We talked to the players at halftime, Keith Chesley, and he filled us in that they have 4 10-minute quarters, and the fouls reset every quarter. Once you get to 5, you shoot 2 free throws for the remaining of the quarter. So that is a new rule this year. I'm not sure if it's just for the Yankee Small College Conference, but it is just for the women. So the men will be at the regular rules. But as we were talking halftime, it was a pretty quick first half, and this quarter seems to be going along. It's been a fairly clean ball game so far today. Only maybe a max of maybe 11 to 12 fouls for both teams total. Biggest lead of the night right now for the UMA Moose at 13 points, 42 to 29. They've been very patient. They've hit a couple of threes. They've had some really good looks down underneath, and they're really spreading apart that zone. And good move right there by Toth, but she's going to get called for. Oh, the ref started walking one, and I thought they were calling a push-off on Toth. As they spread the zone out, and then they cut through the middle.
Yeah, and they're able to do that now with this lead. You could see them with the shift of momentum there towards the end of the second quarter. The pressure really got to UMA, and they were playing a little bit more frantic than we had seen them throughout that first half. And here they're kind of settled back down to what they were like in the beginning of the game, where they're able to take their time, get good shots, play good defense.
Just under 7 minutes to go. Third quarter of play. UMA doing a good job working it around the paint. LaFontaine can't get it to fall. Good rebound by Rowe. Nice cut by Shilms. Off-balance shot, no good. Ball tipped around. Plummer able to come down with it. Bragg has it. She'll get it across timeline. Nice crossover dribble. The three is going to be taken and no good. Good box out there by Duraps.
Yeah, I'd like to see Card get that ball, maybe dribble it down in. It looked like to me that she had a little bit of a lane that she could have taken that down towards the basket. She didn't really have the numbers to go take that shot. She had nobody underneath the rebound.
Good power move by Rowe. That one falls for her. She's been doing that, and that's the first one that has fallen for her. She'll try to make the three-point play. Clark will check back in, and Morgan Codd will check out as she has 3 fouls. So the bench is already thin as it is. Rowe will complete the three-point play, 42-34. So when Codd comes back in, which indeed she will, still a lot of basketball left to play. She's going to have to play with 3 and have to play really smart. No hurry here for the Moose. Mustangs still sitting back in that zone. Plenty of time on the shot clock to work it around the perimeter. Nice cut by Toth. Gets it back out. A long three by Clark. That is in and out. No good. Offensive rebound taken down and scooped up by Schlum. And LaFontaine had a hand on it, just couldn't corral it. Long three-pointer. That's from the parking lot, and that one is in. Lally spotted up. You can tell she's a little bit deep, but she's shot and made many of those.
Yeah, we saw Lally in the first half take a really, really deep three. Usually that indicates that they're a pretty good three-point shooter because you're not just going to throw that up.
No, because your coach would go absolutely ballistic. So you can tell in the way that she shot that, she's is very fluid, very smooth. So we have a timeout on the floor, 5:26 to go. We'll keep it here. Talk a little strategy. I think that was a good timeout by Coach Laney to just kind of say settle down, and also too with Lally making that three, you got to get a hand in her face.
Yeah, now you got to find her on the court. She's already made one. You don't want to get start to warm up and start to hit a couple more of those. You can tell she's definitely a 3-point threat. And CMCC doing a much better job here coming out in the second half. 1 defensively, and 2 more so probably on the offensive side of getting shots to fall. We saw in the beginning, or actually towards the second half of that second quarter, they really turned it on offensively. And they're kind of sticking to that right now as we begin the second half.
Bragg works to the right. Good hands by Clark. Scoops it up off the floor. Gets it over to Toth. Trying to get it down into Plummer. Toth's going to take the long three off the back. No good. No rebounders underneath. Not a very high percentage shot you want to take without any rebounders underneath the hoop. As they get it inside to Schlum, she'll get it off the glass up and in. Contested by Plummer, but nice job by Schlum to get that off the glass with the left hand.
Yeah, CMCC being a lot more aggressive and enthusiastic on the defensive end. You just watch their movement right now, and it's completely different than what they were doing in the first half.
Right now they're playing offense like they're playing defense. Very sound. Good move by Plummer to get it off the glass. The lead was cut to 3 there. Back up to 5 now, 44-39. You see it on the Munzing Media scoreboard. That one's going to be, and we're going to have an over-the-back call on LaFontaine. I'm not sure exactly what number foul that's going to be, but we're going to see here shortly. 3rd foul on the Moose.
Fouls on Caitlin Fountain, her 2nd.
I've been saying LaFontaine, but it's LaFountain. Excuse me. And that one is no good, and that's going to be touched. It looked like it's going to be Moose ball.
I think it all depends on what part of Maine you're from, right?
Yeah,
so
maybe
LaFountain or it's LaFontaine.
The La, I was thinking it was French.
Yeah,
so
it is. So it's depending on how you pronounce it. Either one would work.
Clark has it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Don't need to panic. Clark going to go baseline. Nice little runner there along the baseline. Lindsey Clark
You can tell that's Clark's shot. She's had it a couple times. She's knocked down 2 out of 3 from the baseline here tonight.
Nice move. Wow. Hamblin, that was nice. Little spin move down there on the block. Kind of went counterclockwise.
Yeah, a little opposite. Usually you see somebody spin towards the baseline, but she did a smart thing there. Spun away from the defender, which put her into the middle, but gave her a wide open layup.
Toth took it to the hoop, couldn't find the netting. 5-point lead for the Moose. This is a big point in the game right now. With 3 minutes left and a 5-point lead for the Moose. Clark has it off the glass, up and in. And that is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Moose. A quick little bucket. Coast to coast goes Clark, so she has 2 quick buckets to get in the scoring column. Rowe with that patented up and under move. And another foul going to be called on LaFontaine. So that is going to be her second, so that's...
Yeah, and that seems to me a little touchy. I thought she was straight up the entire time.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a little bit of body bump, but nothing that would really alter the shot there.
And that's what I was just going to say. It didn't alter the shot. Usually you don't make that call unless... And that one rattles out.
Ball never lies.
So Carter check back in, and she has... Because the scoreboard says 23 has 4 fouls. But that could just be a mistake because I know Carter only has 3 fouls. But I'm sure they'll get that fixed at some point. Plummer has it, being guarded by Stone. Little float, up and in. Nice job by Plummer there. Right around the block. Just exposed Slim just a little bit, got it up over her hands. It's good defense. Slim was right in her face. There's really nowhere else that she could go, and Plummer went right up over the top. And that is another one by Lally. Second of the contest.
Yeah, and pretty well contested there by UMA.
Yeah, that was legit.
I didn't see who set the screen for Lally, but it was a fantastic job to get her some space to be able to get that ball up. And obviously she knocked it home.
And she doesn't need much space. Nice entry pass. Nice offensive board by Plummer. A little bit of contact, no whistle. And that looked like it was last touched by the Moose, and it was. A couple of substitutions. Maxfield is going to check in, along with a Blondie.
I just want to bring something up. Sometimes I feel like some of the centers or the bigs underneath kind of, I don't know what it is, but it seems like there's a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more contact. In a smaller player would definitely have had a foul call down there. It just didn't. It seemed like there was so much contact.
Nice move by Snelm. Be able to catch that ball. Good athletic prowess right there to keep her feet, corral the ball, and get it off the glass up and in. So a 3-point lead, 1:27 to go here. Plummer's going to take the 3. That's going to be no good. Rebound underneath by Clark. She's been all over the place. Out top to Bragg. Will take the 3. No good. Ball still loose. Slim, who's been all over those defensive boards today, has herself another one. Little stop and pop. No good. Ball. And that one is off the glass up and in. So we definitely have ourselves a ball game. And what I was telling you at about 3 minutes left is this was going to be a big turning point in the game. The lead had extended to 7 for the Moose, but the Mustangs have clawed back. I don't know how horses can claw, but they did it.
Hooved their way back.
Yeah. Hooved. Raced their way back. That would have been better. Oh, well. And again, Maxfield has it. Ball loose, and I think we're going to have a pushing foul. And that's going to be called on a Blondie. She was trying to go for that loose ball and just got a little bit of contact down there.
On number 3.
Yeah, Bragg doing a really nice job of getting the position before she could. She tried to cut across her face and got on her back there going for the ball.
Rowe will check in along with Abby Tilton. Slim will get a nice little rest. So there's a .46215 difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Some pretty quick math.
Yeah. You know it. 1-point game. Bragg has it. Gets it to Plummer. Loses the ball down in the corner, kind of no man's land. Don't want to foul here. And we are going to have a foul. So,
and that, well, that's not really going to cause anything because of the two.
and it will just reset. So the foul's not going to carry over. There is no time left on the.
Foul's on number 20, Abby Tilton, her first.
So they're going to have to put some kind of time back up, whether it be a tenth of a second, or we're just going to end the quarter. They're just going to. They're just going to end the quarter. So we'll be back for the fourth quarter play. We got ourselves a good game here at the Augusta Civic Center. 50-49, the Moose up by 1.
Junior Trojan football and cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
Should have ourselves an interesting fourth quarter, as we're pretty much starting at ground zero, 50-49. We're going to have an exciting 10 minutes of basketball here, and I really think what UMA needs to do is step it up on the defensive end, because they've been giving Central Maine and a lot of kudos to Central Maine Mustangs to claw back in this game, so they found themselves down by double digits, and they are right back in the thick of this game here in the fourth quarter. Exactly what the doctor wore to get it down into Plummer on the baseline, drawing a quick foul. So let's see if one of these two teams can get into the shooting.
It's going to be the bonus, right?
Yeah, so it would be the bonus.
And a quick foul here early for the Mustangs is kind of indicative that might be the option. Plus, depending, again, we're coming down in the fourth quarter, so you're going to want to stop the clock in some scenarios here.
Right.
So.
As Clark will take it.
It's just odd that we didn't have a bonus in that first half.
At all.
Yeah, it's very, usually in a game there's always a bonus. But
we'll see. Only time will tell. Roll with the little handoff. Shot going to be taken and made. So the first lead of the game from early on here, maybe in the first quarter. I'm not sure if they've had the lead, but they have it now, 51-50. So no need to panic if you are UMA. Just continue to do what you're doing, just like that.
Wow, what a response
that
there.
Was big.
That's tough.
Wow. Ice in her veins.
And I think we're going to see here that UMA has got that ability where they can hit the three ball. This is the girl you got to find, though. Oof.
And we are going to have a foul on the rebound, so a foul away from the ball. LaFontaine will check back in. Clark will go get a little bit of rest and some water. As again, UMA does not need to panic. There's still plenty of basketball left to play. Continue to move the ball around the perimeter as the Mustangs are still in that zone that they have been all night. If the pass isn't there down into Plummer, just work it back around the zone, get the defense moving their feet, and try to exploit the weak point. And Plum will take the shot, and there it is. So, two great possessions back-to-back by the Moose, moving the ball around the perimeter, getting it to the hot hand in Plummer, their leading scorer.
Yeah, UMA's done a really nice job here of scoring in the way that they've been able to score is by rotating the ball from one side to the other and finding the open person. I think they got to look into doing that a little bit more. Now that they have a 4-point lead here, they just forced a turnover. They have an offensive possession. They get points here. We're going to see them take the shot clock down all the way through here in the fourth quarter. But they're probably going to get some pretty good open shots if they're able to rotate the ball around the perimeter against the zone. Here we got a matchup, though.
So try to get it down into Plummer and just couldn't get it. Good defense as Rowe stepped down, got a hand on the ball. Stilm with another nice move.
Yeah, she's a good player.
And what UMA's been able to do is when they have Plummer down underneath, it really spreads the floor out. If they get it over to her in the corner, and then if it's not there, they kick it back out and get it all the way over to the other side of the court. When they rotate over there, the defender moves, and then Plummer becomes open. LaFontaine battling for it. She's got to be careful. She's got a couple of fouls. The ball will be pushed up. Blondie got it over to Lally. Thought about it. Going to reset the offense. Someone's had a great game, has it now. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Nice hands by Plummer to get her hand in there and knock that one away.
Yeah, a little bit different technique there for Jamie to go ahead and come across with the hand, get in the passing lane. Usually we see her just on the backside and defend it that way. So nice decision there to switch it up.
And I think that was one of the few times that we've seen the Mustangs take almost the entire shot clock, because that was a three-pointer taken by Toth, which no good. 55-53. 6.5 to go here in this one. If I were UMA, I'd really try to attack the paint, because right now 2 fouls on the Mustangs. If you can get that up to 3 and then quickly get it up to 4. Nice up and under. That one no good. Ball going to be ripped down. Good power rebound by Morgan Card. If you get the ball down in the zone and really power it up, what we talked about earlier, Nate, you brought up the point that you want to be able to stop the clock here if you need to. So you got to attack the defense. Toth with the float, no good. And running the floor was Lally off the glass up and in. You've always got to be able to get back, especially in transition basketball. Good job by the Mustangs to get that ball up, and good job by Lally to finish.
Yeah, nice strong left-handed finish there. Kind of collecting the ball pretty deep under the hoop, but able to put it home.
Ten seconds on the shot clock. Dump down underneath. Nice job by LaFontaine. Nice pass by Plummer. Good entry. And good job, LaFontaine, to get the position and know it. Feel the defender on the backside of your hip and know that you have that drop step and then take it. As Schnillen falls down, and that's another costly turnover for the Mustangs. Just like when it seems that they get back in, they get to that 1 point or 2 point lead, they come down, and then they have an ill-fated turnover.
Yeah, well, Jamie making a really nice, you mentioned it, Andy, entry pass there, but she was able to find the mismatch. And I think they got to utilize that a little bit right now. LaFontaine being guarded by number 3, El Blondie. And LaFontaine with a definite height and size advantage there if they're able to get the ball down to her, see if they can rotate her around here in the perimeter and get her the ball.
And they're looking to do that, and they get it.
Good decision there.
And again, it works out. And it looks like you know what you're talking about there, Nate. It's always nice when that happens. And that is certainly a mismatch. And good job, good patience, as they knew that that was the mismatch that they were looking for. You got it right when you said that. That one is no good. Good rebound by Plummer. And a little calm coming over UMA after they've got those couple of buckets. No rush.
And same thing here. I like what they're doing. Go ahead and spread the court a little bit. There it is again.
Couldn't get that one to fall. Right idea. That one's going to be pushed up. And nice job by Bragg coming all the way across the court and tipping it out. It looks like it's going to be last tipped. We're going to have a conference by the officials. We have one official make a call, and it's going to stay.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the replay here, see if we can't see what happened real quick before the play starts. There's the pass you'll see, and it does look like it does deflect off CMCC there at the end. Nice play.
Crunch time right here. 4 minutes to go. These next 2 minutes are really going to make or break the game for either side. Good hands by Rowe to come up with that one. Needs a little help, and she finds it in teammate. Hamblin has it. Get it back to Rowe. She'll go for that move, and she gets it. Nice job by Rowe. She's been doing that all night long.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, UMA's got to make the adjustment. They know that she's going to take the ball down to either corner, so a second defender is going to come and cut her off from there to get her off her spot. I think they're doing a pretty good job, the original defender sticking on her backside hip.
Big shot. I'm not sure if it was a 2 or 3, and it was only, so that's a long 2. 4-point lead for UMA. This is a big possession right here. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Lally takes it, no good. Big rebound, and that's going to be thrown away by Card. Nobody was home. She had it, and she was going backwards. She kind of found herself in an awkward position. She needed to get the ball away, so she didn't travel and just kind of threw it into no man's land, but a good rebound. That one's going to be dumped up. Shilm has it. She is going to be fouled. So good job by Toth to not let her get the shot off. So Shilm will be at the line shooting 2.
Yeah, and we're at 3:16 here in the fourth quarter, and UMA only has 1 foul in this quarter. So they got plenty to give here. So it's a really good play, Andy, that you said. Toth giving up the sides, didn't want to give an easy layup. Going to make him earn it here at the foul line.
And Shilm makes 1 of 2. Now, if I'm UMA, I'm going to use every second I can on the shot clock, but you dance on that fine line of taking too much time, not getting a good look, and sometimes you get to 10 seconds and then you start acting frantic and you don't get a good shot. So you can take some time off, but make sure you just stay continuing what they're doing, exploiting that mismatch. Toth has eye at the glass. No good. Ball is going to be batted around. Jamie has it now. Good job by resetting. Fresh shot clock. No hurry. Bragg has it out top. She'll smartly reset the offense. That was a big offensive rebound by the Moose there, Nate.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised that Toth wasn't able to put that original shot home. That seems like it's right in her wheelhouse. So fortunate bounce, backside rebound, and another one offensive
Boom!
rebound.
Right place, right time. Good look right there for Plummer. She'll take that and make that 9 times out of 10. And Card came out of nowhere to get the offensive rebound and to put it home, and then a steal right there. So UMA looking pretty at there, sitting at a 4-point lead right now, 2.5. Still a lot of ball to go.
Yep, no rush here for CMCC. They don't need to technically foul yet, but you'd like to get that a little bit closer to some point. I guess it's 5 here to be able to stop the clock if they need it at some point. Not a bad foul there.
Nope, not at all. But also, too, that's where it's tough, where if you want to get the ball back and you want to be putting teams at the line as opposed to having them have side outs and end outs, that it's a difficult situation.
Yeah, it is a little bit different than what we're used to for sure. And you're right, Andy. I bet even for the players themselves.
It's a different kind of strategy because when you get down close, you might just have to foul up to 5. If you have 1 foul, you're going to have to foul quickly 4 times in a row.
And the other thing, too, the 5 fouls is automatically 2 shots. You no longer get the 1-and-1, which is a really big advantage to the offensive side to automatically get 2 shots and not have to deal with a 1-and-1 anymore.
Yeah, because that's a huge pressure. 1-and-1, late in the game, especially if you're at the 7th foul, the 8th foul, the 9th foul. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Up and under LaFontaine. Couldn't get it, and that one is going to be last touched by the Moose. And even though they didn't score, they did a really good job. The Moose has taken all that time off the clock. 1:37 to go here in the fourth. 4-point lead for the Moose. That one's going to be down underneath. A nice up and under move as Draps gets her first basket of the game at a opportune time.
Yeah, really nice seal there, using her body to create some room. 1 power dribble and up, and easy layup for her.
15 on the shot clock. 1:06 to go. Toth has it, goes baseline, gets it under to Plummer. Plummer gets fouled, and she will be at the line shooting 2. Good job by Toth. She knew exactly where she was going with the ball as soon as she started headed down towards the baseline.
Yeah, and you got to imagine, if you're defending Toth, here we're going to take a look at it real quick on the replay. If you're defending Toth on this one, you got to realize that she's probably going to pass the ball off. And she does. She finds Jamie Plummer down there who gets fouled.
And Plum misses the first. Still 2-point lead. .101 to go, 4th quarter. Big free throw. And it's a 3-point lead now extended. Hamblin will bring the ball up. Just under a minute to go. Shilm has it, goes right side, hands it off. So that one's going to be off the glass, so that's going to be a long hoop for Duraps, who comes in and gets a couple of quick buckets. 1-point game here, 40 seconds to go. And we're going to have 2 shots now for Toth. So a little bit what we talked about. We haven't seen it yet, but this is probably the way that it's going to work here with the four quarters and the 5 fouls. That in the 4th quarter, you're going to start seeing more double bonus shots. Toth makes the first one. 2-point game, 36.5.
It's such a big advantage being the offensive player here, getting fouled. It really does, Andy. You mentioned it takes the pressure off of like hitting the front end of a 1-and-1. That's completely different now.
And nails them both. So right now we're going to have a timeout called.
30-second timeout.
And it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here right here. So I'm sure what Coach Laney could be talking about, obviously, is don't foul, but continue to play hardcore defense. And if there is a contested shot, just make sure that you don't make contact.
Yeah, and rebound. We want to make sure you don't give up second chance opportunities here. And if you're UMA, you got to find number 4, Lally, because she's their 3-point threat. Whether it's somebody who's got to come off of a screen and maybe give up the 2-point play, that's okay, but you can't let her get that open 3 because we've seen her. She's hit 2 out of 3, and
deep
one of them
ones.
was deep.
Yep. And also, on the Mustang side, what they wanted, they don't have to panic. They've got a full shot clock. They know that they can score from outside. They know that they can score from inside. So whatever shot opens up, you take that shot whenever you get it.
Yeah, it's interesting play here. I mean, do you try and get the quick 2-pointer right away? You play for the 3-pointer and tie it up, giving very little time left to UMA. It really ends up depending. I mean, there's 2 schools of thought on that, but I feel like it's got to be within the flow of the game. You can drop a play and choose what you want to do, but it's really going to depend on what's given to you by the defense.
Well, and also, too, and we're going to have that's a back court. Good call.
Over and back.
So that one over back court is kind of a little bit of a scrum, and no one could really get a handle on it. So now we're going to have another timeout as they're going to have a 30-second timeout. So that couldn't have gone any better for the Moose. But
we're going to take a look at it right here, Andy, in the replay as we're coming back. The ball is initially a little bit too high, tipped back, and then controlled by CMCC, but the scrum just ends up happening. I believe that was Hamlin who touched that when she was in the backcourt. We'll take a look at it one more time here to see if we can see anything.
You can see the foot go over right there.
Right,
it was kind of blocked from the official that was on this side, but that's why you have 3 officials out on the floor. So if you're the Mustangs, you have to deny ball, and also too, you can only play for so long because you have they automatically get 2 shots. It's not like you have a chance for them missing the first one and then you get it and then you can go down and get a 3. So this completely changes the end of the games. So that one is easily into Toth.
Yeah, and you got a foul.
Yeah, immediately.
Toth doing a fantastic job of staying away from the defense right now. Same thing with Bragg. See, having these 2, they didn't have this last year. They had Bragg, who's fantastic, but they didn't have a counterpart to be able to do this where they could kill some time and be able to have 2 good foul shooters have the ability here for now what are end up being 2 shots.
Yeah.
So having Toth and Bragg in the backcourt together is quite a tandem for a scenario just as we're seeing here. So big advantage here to UMA.
So Bragg right there misses it, but she can still make it a 2-point game right here. Because even though she didn't make the front end, she missed it. So right now that would have, in the old school games that were played right now, the flow of the game would be going down the other end of the court, and Bragg makes the second one, 2-possession game, and we're going to have another timeout. So
30-second timeout.
You've got to take whatever is available for you, whether it be a 3 or if you can get it down inside, but then immediately, again, you have to foul as soon as the ball comes in if you score, and if you don't score, you have to foul immediately.
Yeah, see, and I don't know if Central Maine, if it didn't seem like they were maybe prepared for a scenario like that, because when that ball came in, the toss should have been fouled right away. I know she got away eventually, but there was an opportunity there that it didn't look like a steal was going to happen. And you got to, if the steal doesn't happen on the inbound, you've got to foul once the ball is obtained by UMA. CMCC's got a foul there.
Yeah, they got 12 seconds off the clock. It wasn't 33 seconds up on the inbound. They're trying to get the lob to Schmidt, and they couldn't find it. It was there. And we're going to have a kick. 17 seconds to go.
Yeah, again, now force an entry pass there. Good play by Toth to go ahead and get a foot on that.
And then do the same play the other way, and there it is, wide open. Stillham has it. Kick it out. Looking for Lally. Ball still kicked around, and we're going to have a foul called before the travel. The foul caused the travel.
And that ball just off the front end of the rim.
Yeah.
Very close to be for it to have gone in. In that scenario there, you're doing the step back, so your momentum's not going forward, so you got to give it a little bit more. Late in the game, it's very difficult to make a shot like that, but it was very close.
Plummer hits the first of two, 68-63. So looking back in retrospect, if you add 12 seconds to the clock, you're at 19 seconds. And, even though you'd be down by 7, you'd still...
Full timeout, Central Maine Community College.
So CMCC going to try to draw up some last-second magic here.
Yeah, and at this scenario here, it's more out of reach than anything.
But it's been a good refereed game, good played game, and this is a great job, good start for UMA here in the conference. The Yankee Small College Conference it's their first game in the conference, so they will go on to have a 1-0 record, and Central Maine Community College, who started at 5-2, will drop to 5-3 and 1-1 in the conference. And up next for the Moose, they travel to Albany, New York this weekend, and they're going to be playing in the Panther Tip-Off Classic. The team will take on Alfred State on Saturday at 4, and then they will face either Albany College, Pharmacy and Health Sciences, or Paul Smith College on Sunday. So they have a busy weekend ahead of them here. So we get the inbound pass, and that's got to be tipped. The ball kicked around. Clark comes down with it and spun away, and doesn't look like we're going to get a foul here at the end of the game. As that's good sportsmanship. So good hard-fought battle all around. Really good game played all around by both teams. But UMA started hard, finished hard, and they come away with the 69-63 victory. So that wraps up our first of 2 games here at the doubleheader at the Augusta Civic Center. We will be back for the men's action as the Maine Moose take on the Central Maine Community Mustangs for the men's game coming up next year on Muncie Media Sports Live.